welcome to the stage the famous comedian,
Brent Barrett! Okay, welcome back to my special once again. This is a unique special. It's a highlights edition. It's the premiere edition, and it's the only one that's recorded not in front of a live audience. I'm calling it a weetbix special because I can't use the word Netflix legally. Recently I did something very new and unique. I went to the shop. I have not been to the shop and physically walked inside a shop for 3 weeks. And to be honest, it was quite nice to talk to other people, although they kept running away, and just to normalise the situation a little bit. But when I was walking around the shop, I was literally like a possum in headlights, like one of those badly drawn Japanese cartoons of my era. Big wide eyes, shaking features, nervous and also excited, keeping my mouth closed, covering my mouth, covering my hands, whatever was needed. And I was walking around and I only wanted a few things. The thing that motivated me to leave the house was, I've often been proposing to other people, you don't need milk, get over yourself. I lived in the forest all my life, most of my life, and I could just have powdered milk and reconstitute it and stick it in my coffee. One day, I made it one day and I went to the shop. I couldn't have powdered milk in my coffee after having paid $54 for a kilo of beans. Thank you, Jacinda, for getting us access to beans. They are very essential for me anyway. And so needing milk, just milk, maybe bread, splash out a little bit. I went to the shop and I lost it, and I was walking around with my COVID pyramid toppled on top of my trolley. I chose the small trolley. I should have gone for the big trolley, giving myself a little bit of leeway. Instead I looked like someone with a prison food tray piled up with everyone else's food, and there were things dripping off my trolley as I was walking down the aisles. There was some cheese teetering on the edge. I was juggling a thing of toilet paper like Ronaldo. I had a dozen eggs in my mouth and I was making it all the way to the checkout. Needless to say, I bought nothing I really needed. I got the milk, so that's something that's of value. But I crazy bought. I bought like a starving man who had just turned up with $100 in his pocket. I bought a coconut. I don't even know what I'm going to do with a coconut. Why do I need a coconut? A coconut from Tonga, nonetheless. So in a scenario where Brent's in charge of the forces in New Zealand and we need to get a resupply, I'm on the phone, hello, it's from Tonga, would you like anything in particular? I would order a coconut and hope that went well for everyone. To be honest, it has milk in it, so maybe that was the motivator. But desperate measures, desperate times. I kind of think of COVID as you're either thriving or surviving, and that often relates to when you get a food order delivered or when you go to the pantry and there's nothing but rice and mice. Both delicious if you boil them right. So I recently made the mistake of planting something they call microgreens, and it should have been in the name. I should have picked that up. But I envisaged just an explosion of lettuces and all sorts of good things. But instead these tiny little centimetre high plants came up and then stopped. Now I'd separated the seeds out so that I would get an open crop that could grow and proliferate and provide all those complex amino acids that life needs. And now I'm down there with tweezers and scissors clipping off the 2-leaf stem and eating it like I'm taking fleas from the pout of my neighbouring Neanderthal. Definitely a low point. I've been sprouting beans and finding out that some of the beans that you buy in New Zealand must have been deactivated, because you can soak those suckers forever and they're not going to grow. They just get mouldy and disgusting. So providing yourself food seems to be a motivator, and you definitely feel rich when you turn up and you've bags and bags of shopping and you've survived your outer experience outside your zone of about 2 k's of limits. If I had a hot air balloon, I wonder if I went 2Ks up, if I'd still actually legally be in my bubble. It's hard to know when you're in COVID lockdown.